welcome. This is MCFB Live 144, In Search of Awesome. We've been in this pike for just this side of 3 years. We were there, I think, the first week after Facebook Live launched in 16-ish. And guest tonight is Sarah Healy. Some of you know her. I mean, we go back. Sarah and I have a history and a story. I'm just so excited to have her on the program tonight. She has become, in the last, 3 years plus, what I would call a social media barbering retail Jedi. Baxter Finley, barber and shop, the L'Oreal from the Baxter line. She's been pioneering, incubating, evolving that, making it boom, boom. And she's ready to take this show on the road. I talked her in, I twisted her arm. I wanted her to come in and share with us what she's been up to. Before I bring her on, because some of you haven't met Sarah before, as I said, really I'm going to call her the five-star general of the Baxter Finley Barbershop, L'Oreal, Baxter of California. She's going to tell you about her story. It's nothing short of extraordinary. Graduates from high school in '94, enrolls in aesthetic school, does a little run for Studio Branca, which is one of our first Summit salons. It does a run as Summit coach, goes to manage Baxter from 15 until now, and now she's managing the pro retail education for Baxter, California. She's going to tell you about that, and on and on and on and on it goes. She just continues to reinvent herself. In '04, she was turned on to Summit Systems as an employee of Branca. She hits Retailer of the Year. She's like, when she's behind the chair, she's driving at like 40% RTS. So, the 40,000 in retail, and then begins to crack the $100,000 mark behind the chair. So she's more than earned the right. She takes the ride with Baxter Finley. It's interesting because in 17, her RTS is 17%. Now this is a barbershop now, you guys. This is primarily men's haircuts, and now she's cruising at 20% plus. So she's got a big chunk to share about that, and a whole lot more as well. So, and I want you to start following her and following Baxter Finley. That you can find them, and I just love the work. I love the branding here. Facebook or Instagram at Baxter Finley, and there's somebody else I'm going to have you to follow tonight. I'll talk about her as well, Monique. So I'm going to cross your fingers. I'm going to turn up everything because I know that Sarah is in our green room. And cross your fingers that the Wi-Fi gods are treating us nice. And let's see if she. Well, there she is. Give it up for her, will you guys? Did you hear me bragging on you?
I did. You got me choked up a little bit.
Oh man, I've just been looking so forward to this. Thanks for. I know you had a big day, a busy day. And we got a lot to share, so I want to get right at it before I do. But the viewer always is interested in what's in, how's a beautiful woman like you ended up in a career like this. So get us started. What were you like before you decided that you were going to do this? And let's have that conversation.
Okay, well, I was one of those that graduated high school and had no idea what I really wanted to do. So I tried the community college for a year, took a year off, went and got myself a car payment and everything, and then decided I was going to go back to school. So I went to the University of Missouri in Columbia for a year. Hated it. I just felt like there was nothing there that interested me. And around that time, it was 1997, my mom had called and told me that they had a new program now because I was always interested in skincare and I loved doing makeup. I was stealing her Noxzema from the age of probably 5 and using it every night. And so she told me there was some new program that you could go to school and do just skincare and you didn't have to do hair, because prior to that, the licensing was you had to be a cosmetologist in order to do any type of facial work. So I came back to St. Louis, signed myself up, graduated in 1998 from aesthetic school. A girl I had met there said that she was going to start working at a place called Studio Branca. Why don't I apply? I did, and then the rest is history.
I remember those days, and so now you're at Branca, and I know that in everyone's ride, you can't get Sarah to a level in the stratosphere that you got through without the big bang, without the you know, the oh my God, aha. So what was your OMG? What was that definable moment?
Well, okay, so Summit was brought into us in 2004, and I remember Randy and his team standing in front of us presenting this new program, and I just thought it sounded really cool. At the time, I was out of 4 levels, placed as a level 3 because I had a very high client count. There were 3 of us that were placed at level 3. And so, you know, I was cool. I thought, you know what, I got to level 3 by myself. I'll get to level 4 by myself. I'll just kind of halfway pay attention to this little thing. And here we go. And, you know, I survived. I definitely started making more money. I bought my first house in 2004. And, you know, so at the age of 27, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, I wasn't excelling or really paying too much attention to what Randy had taught us. At the time, we had been taught to do eyebrow waxes, and that was where we would make our money. So we were seeing anywhere from 15 to 20 clients a day waxing eyebrows. I can't even remember what he had you know, Randy had a name for us. Anyway, he probably remembers. So he kept telling us we needed to lose clients and focus more on skincare. We kept thinking he was crazy. Here's this hair guy. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to hair, but he really has no idea what it is when it comes to skincare. So about a year or so in, they hired a brand new esthetician who came in as a level 1. And within about a year, she started catching up to my numbers that I was bringing in, because all she ever knew was the level chart and the Summit Way, and that was it. And I had clients that were booking with me for eyebrow waxes and then going to my level 1 to get skincare and facials from, and then she was selling them all the product because I just didn't have time on my books to fit them in. And when that happened, my manager, Colleen Baum at the time, would come walk past me, and she literally would just whisper in my ear what the other girls' numbers were. And I didn't realize until at that point I was a little bit competitive, and I didn't like that. And so I was like, where is that damn book that they gave us? We had a big jumbo binder at that time that we were supposed to be keeping track of everything in. I found it buried in the back of the closet at the salon. I pulled it out and I started paying attention to my business. We brought in SkinCeuticals in July of 2007. And I went from barely, like, if I sold $1,000 as an esthetician, it was completely by accident. And from there on out, though, I think the first month we brought it in, I had $3,700 in retail sales, and you couldn't catch up with me after that because it was fun.
That, you know, everyone's got the big bang, OMG, life-changing ahas, and yours was, it's almost like you had to watch somebody newer using the system, seeing the result, and saying, okay, I need to take a look at that. And all of a sudden, a big connection, and now you're born again.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
So you go from there, and I know that I met you somewhere in that process at Summit. And before I knew you, you're a Summit coach, and you know, and so to give us that part of your story.
Okay, so in 2009, I decided to move to Phoenix. And when I moved to Phoenix, Arizona, I just needed some sunshine and warm weather. And so when I moved out there, I got back in contact with Summit and said, okay, I'm ready. I want to be a coach. That was kind of always my dream, though. When they came and stood in front of us that first day, I thought, you know what, I love the career I'm in right now, but that sounds like a really cool thing to do later when I'm done doing this, because they get to travel. And I always wanted to travel.
And then you, and I know for a little while, Randy had you coming in and doing one of the days when, you know, we were teaching the spa and the esthetician, and you were part of the Summit, the first generation Summit faculty.
Yes, yeah. Back in the day, back in 2007, Randy would fly a couple of us in, and because we were the kind of the guinea pigs for the aesthetics level chart at that time. I'd been through probably 3 or 4 different charts. Every time I would hit close to jumping to the next level, Randy would come in with a brand new chart and change all the numbers. It was fun, a lot of fun. And so he would bring us, a few of us in to actually speak on the level charts that we knew the most about. So mine, obviously, I covered the aesthetics level chart at the Summits for about a year.
I mean, you literally helped out of nothing create the first version and organically incubate and evolve that. So, you know, you've always been an innovator. Now, when did you make the pivot? What year was it you made the pivot and you took the Baxter Finley opportunity?
Okay, so I had moved to LA in 2013, and then in 2015, Nathan, who was the GM of Baxter, Finley, Baxter of California at that time, reached out looking for some help with this barber shop that they had acquired with the Baxter of California acquisition. And L'Oreal's never really played in the actual owning of a salon or a barbershop before. So Peter and I went in there, and I actually started off as a consultant there for a little while. And then when the management position opened up, they brought me in as a full-time manager. I mean, you got to think about it. At the time, I was single, new to LA, and they said, "You want to work at a barbershop that 200 men in West Hollywood walk through all day long? Do you want to do it?" Yeah, it didn't take much to twist my arm to get me in there.
and I remember that too. I mean, I was with you when all of these deals were like a glimmer in your eye. And I know that on the front end, Peter helped you kind of get on ramped. So you fast forward, and now you're doing this. And you made an announcement to me tonight that I want you to do a quick drive-by about it, and then we'll get back to it later. What's the latest, greatest in the life of Sarah?
Well, the latest and greatest is I'm going to come back to Summit on a very, very part-time position of helping a few barbershops with growing their business and reintroducing the Barber level chart to different barbershops and salons across the country, and helping other consultants within Summit to learn what it is that we've done.
I love it, and that's front page news to me. You blew in my ear tonight, and I already cut a deal and got you to make a promise to me. I want all of our Summit salons to that now Summit is really getting into the barbering coaching business, and we're gonna tip your hand and I a little bit and show them some of your secrets, so that I'm getting goosebumps now. I'm so excited. And then you promised me that you would do some virtual training courses with us as well. So I can't wait to get that conversation going.
I'm excited.
All right. Well, listen, we got about 5 minutes or so, and I want to share some of your goodies. And the first thing I want you to talk about, I'm holding this up. This is the level chart for barbers that you've been incubating.
It is.
Tell us about
my barbers
that.
Look at.
What is that?
Okay, so basically it's a level chart. It's obviously, if you've been around Summit, we have level charts for everything. And so this one is strictly for barbers, because barbers don't really do hair color. We don't have a ton of additional services that we can add on. And basically barbers, the way they make money is by getting clients in the door and getting clients to come back to see them again. So it goes back to that other mentality of kind of like, as Dave Kirby says, the butts and chairs to make the money.
Yeah, and without tipping your hand too much, because I know this is weapon, it looks like level 1 before you're qualified at 2, you're at around 55 a month, then it goes to 67, over 8 to 9. You've got barbers now that are cracking, 10 grand, 11 grand a month, which is historical.
Yeah, definitely.
And that brings us to your prodigies. You've got 2 prodigies working for you that are crushing it on retail, and one of them is Monique. Tell us about what's going on there, because I think what's driving that is your level chart.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. What's really cool about Monique is Monique came to us about 2.5 years ago, directly straight from school. She had been cutting hair forever, but at the same time, had just graduated school. And so she came to us as a level 1. And she has consistently grown through this level chart, and she just reached level 4 as of December 2018. The numbers that we have her doing right now, she stays on trend. She'll be bringing home $100,000 this year in her W-2.
I want the audience to really hear that, because I think I'm gonna call up Guinness Book of World Records tonight. I think she's a candidate for punching into a 6-figure area as a barber. And you showed me some of her stats and their primary upscale premium haircuts. So this woman is really almost like a poster child for what's possible on your new barbering level chart.
Yeah, definitely.
So this next one is what you've got cooking with your Barber Retail Commission Club, and how that's working. Like, what is that?
Okay, so that basically is I pay them the commission on retail the same way Summit recommends to pay them, anywhere from 0 to 20% commission based on what they do in a week. So starting at $100 to $199, 10%, $200 to $299, 15, and then $300 or more a week, they earn 20% of whatever it is that they sold. On top of that, I wanted to kind of kick it up a notch. So what I did was I had asked that they have retail commissions in their paychecks are actually separated from the rest of their service commissions now. When I first started there, everything was buried in together. And I also wanted to offer them some more incentives so that we could hit some higher numbers at the end of the month. So they have clubs. We have a full-time club, and it's a full-time and a part-time club. So $1,500 is the first level of the full-time club, and $1,125 is the first level for part-time. And based on what they do per month, they can earn an additional $50 up to $100 more in their retail part of their commissions added on to their paycheck for playing the game with me.
I love it. And then you've got your front desk tied into this really cool. What's that?
Yeah, so my front desk is huge in making sure that we hit our goals every single month. So my front desk knows what our goals are at the beginning of the month. And anybody marked at full-time, they will earn 2% of whatever retail we sell that month. And part-timers earn 1% of whatever it is we sell that month. So they are constantly looking at the numbers, and they're constantly helping the barbers to, either add on more products to their ticket, or even just if I have a barber who maybe is not as great at selling as some of my other ones are, then they're making sure that they're finishing the sales for them. Nothing goes under their name directly. I don't really care what Shane sells or Jose or Richard sells individually. I just want to know what the entire shop is selling, and then we're going to commission them on that at the end of the month. And we do a percentage so that when we hit, if the last day of the month is, say, Sunday night and it's 7:30, they don't stop selling until Sunday night at 8 o'clock when we close the door, because the more they sell, the more they earn in the following paycheck after that month.
I love it. And and so before we wrap, I'm going to have you wrap this with the having fun part. But you promised me that Monique would be a future guest. She'll be our first barber service provider. So we're going to start crafting that interview. I wanted to tease people about that tonight.
Yeah. What I love about Monique is that these guys can see the same clients sometimes twice a month, or at least once a month. But the great thing about carrying the Baxter of California line is that if they come in one time, and she's always looking to see what they purchased the last time. And if they purchased hair last time, she's going to make sure she introduces them to something in the skincare side the next time. So she pays very close attention to what her clients are, who they are, what they received, and what it is they need each time they come in.
And I'm going to put this up. Her Instagram, guys, is the Market Barber, and you're gonna want. I think it is. Yeah, it's Market Barber, and her work. When you really look at her grids, it's just amazing what she's doing. And you're saying what does she get for a haircut?
She's at 54 right now. She's at level 4, and we still have one more level to go. There's a level 5 there too.
Unbelievable. So I'm just going to really tell her I love her, and I'm going to look really forward to interviewing her. So we're almost out of time, and I want you to wrap it with, because you have a list of bullet points of your culture stuff. So what is this about?
I do. It's have fun. Always have fun with it. I'm walking by the guys. I do the exact same thing Colleen used to do to me. I tease them. I let them know Francisco's doing better than them today. They don't want to be beat by Francisco. Sometimes we have two different sides of the shop. Sometimes we have a north side contest and a south side contest. Sometimes we have Inglewood versus Silver Lake, different parts of the city, depending on who's on what side of the barber's top. I just am constantly talking about the retail with them. I'm making it fun. I post their numbers daily. I congratulate them when they do well. I notice it. I pay attention. And I just, it's just like, I just tell them all the time, I said, let's just everybody just do a great job, and let's bring home as much money as we possibly can, because when we all win when you win.
I love it. Well, listen, we're out of time. So here's what I'm going to do. Once I let you go, I'm going to summarize. This was a historical tutorial. I want to promise to have you back. I want to promise from you that you and I will start working on some virtual webinars on the to really grease the wheels, if you will, for the
Yeah.
barber division that you're going to continue to innovate. And I want to congratulate you. And I think you and I are just this side of 20 years together, and
I
to just
know.
watch you just continue to reinvent yourself and incubate and evolve and pioneer. And it's going to be really fun to have you come back and hang out with all of our homies.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to let you go, and then I'm going to summarize this, and then I'll be in touch with you real shortly tomorrow, this week, so that we can keep the conversation going.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Give it up for Sarah one more time, you guys.
Bye, guys.
See you later, Sarah. This was nothing short, you guys, of historical tonight. So I'm gonna pull up, pray for the Wi-Fi guys. This was the chart that Sarah was talking about. She incubated this barber chart. I believe Peter Mahoney and Sarah got together 3 years ago when Baxter, Finley, the Summit concept was a glimmer in her eye, and this is what she got, what she has so far. She's going to be bringing this to Summit Salons, you guys. She's going to be bringing it to you through coaching. She's going to be bringing it to you through the 365 virtual courses. She's going to be training other coaches. So whether you want to, launch a barbershop or build a barbershop, a kiosk, a division inside of your salon spa company, this is where we're going. And I think it's about time. The time has come, because I'm seeing barbering now just at a rate of Mach 5 get to places in style, in fashion, in income. I mean, Monique now is just this side of doing $100,000 in a W-2 with gratuities. That's unprecedented, and I think she and people in her community are just getting warmed up. So more to come there. And then she really talked about how she's adding a retail commission weekly to kind of a fuel, to get, I think anytime you have service providers that are primarily cutting hair, running at 20% RTS, come on, that's a nothing short of extraordinary. And like I said, she promised to have Monique back with us in a few weeks, so we'll keep an eye on her. And then she kind of ended it by saying, culturally, how she keeps it having fun with people and pushing the envelope. So I just absolutely, loved what she brought to the table tonight. So if you were, let's give it up for her one more time. If you're new to us, you're on Michael Cole Summit Facebook, and this has become, it continues to evolve. It's becoming the learning channel, if you will, for the Summit Salon Spa social media training. So it's one of the places that we vlog on this page continuously. You can also follow the work that we're doing, Michael Cole Summit on Instagram or Michael Cole Summit on YouTube. So Summit now is my last name, and anywhere you want to go digitally, in cyberspace on the internet, if you're putting in Michael Cole Summit on any search bar, Google search bar, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you're going to get to these places, these resources, and it's free. So you should be taking advantage of that. You should be living on summitsalon.com now. There's just too many. All of our digital tools are on those pages. Our store, our digital store with we have a brand new resource called the Social Digital Script Guide. I launched it last week at Symposium. It was nothing short of phenomenal, historical, and then that's supported now by our new social digital planner. Sarah was talking about this tonight, back when she was behind the chair. This changed her life. So what gets measured gets improved. Now we're teaching what people can do with their downtime, using their downtime in social media actions to be able to fill empty windows of time by the end of the day, tomorrow, this week, next month, etc. We have a social media service now where we can begin to train you online. Come into your salon virtually through zoom.com. Luke Huffstetter, who is the team leader for that particular team, just launched, I believe we have 20 salons now in our private group, and we're walking them through a 1-year a 1-year virtual digital training program, and we have guaranteed them that they're going to yield a 20 to 25% growth this year. So stay tuned. More will be revealed. If that's interesting to you, get on our toll-free line and have a complimentary consultation. We'll get you plugged into that if that's something you want to do. As I said, you're going to be wanting to hang out with our script guide, our planner. This is the 145th webisode that we've done. So we've got a series of these. If you got on Michael Cole's Summit on YouTube, or went on summitsalon.com and just put MC Live /MC Live, you would see every tutorial that we've done from our latest, greatest 145 all the way down to our first tutorial, which is almost 3 years ago. That in and of itself has become a tutorial library, so I really do encourage you to take advantage of that. We now have mobile calculators. We call it, the Calc Club, that you can get on summitsalon.com. This is all free, where we're showing you how to set financial goals for yourself, and the calculators break them down into what you need to do a day behind the chair in service and retail to hit your personal goals. And it's free. It's done, and it's very, very simple, and then we tie it into our planner, and we tie it into the script guide, and away we go. We have a free digital tracker. You guys, you got to be taking advantage of this. You can get on summitsalon.com, and we measure what you treasure. It's perfectly paired up to the level chart, so it'll tell you when you can jump. So at any rate, it was a great show tonight. We made history. I just love Sarah and what she brought to the table. And these are the brands. Notice Baxter's at the top. Baxter, Finley. Sarah now is really helping to lead that charge, if you will. We want to thank Redken. We want to thank Matrix, Pureology, Mazzani, Kerastyle, L'Oreal Professional, Essie, and Shoe as well. These are all of the brands. L'Oreal PPD sponsors the Summit Salon Business Center, so their financial support, frankly, helped to fund programming like this so that you can learn all of this online. Don't even have to leave your house, for goodness sake. You can even turn all this into a podcast by Bluetoothing your damn mobile device to your car. So there's absolutely no way why you shouldn't be taking advantage of what they sponsor. Again, thank you, L'Oreal PPD. And of course, Salon Centric, State Beauty, and RDA ProMart are the distribution arms of PPD. Thank you, because their SSCs continue to support us, and invite them in to do free scorecards. And then last but not least, Summit Salon Business Center. It's always, I was with them when it was a glimmer in our eye, and we continue to evolve. I just came back from a board meeting. It was extraordinary, and it just never ceases to amaze me, the unchanging newness that's happening at Summit Salon Business Center. So thank you for everything. It's a great show. We're going to have a follow-up to this next week on Thursday night, every Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central. Wonderful to be with you, and I'll see you then.